Hello everybody, Mr. Eicher here. This is a video covering question 12 and 13 from the Chapter 5 Schoology review. So let's get started. On number 12, you're given a square root function. Told right here it's a square root function. And probably the first thing you'd want to identify is this initial point, that vertex. That looks like it's the point -3, no, -1, start with the x first, -3. And the next thing, maybe just a quick review. Let's do a quick review of square root functions. Typically, square root functions look like that. They're in the first quadrant, second, third, fourth. Here are the quadrants. Now, this is y equals square root of x. If you have the negative on the outside, like this, y equals negative square root x, then you would have a parabola. The square root function is the inverse of y equals x squared. So the inverse of that is y equals plus minus square root x. So that's if you have the negative on the outside, it would look like that. If you have the negative on the inside, the x's go from positive to negative x's, so you'd have a graph that looks like this, y equals the square root of the opposite of x. So if you have the negative on the inside, and if you have a negative in both, then you get two reflections, and you're down here now. That would be y equals negative square root negative x. So you got double negatives. Double negatives. So in this case, it looks like we have one that looks like this. It's going upwards and it's going to the left, just like this one's going upwards and to the left. So we're going to have a negative on the inside, so that means this b is going to be a -1. Our h and k, we can plug those in, h and k. This first one's h, this next one's k. And then bless you. And then after that, typically with square root functions, typically we would go like this, 1, 1, and then over 4 up 2. So typically a square root function looks like that. And you have over 1, up 1. But this one is left and then up 2. So that tells us that the a value is 2. And since you're going left, that is the b value, would be a -1. So I think we might have everything that we need. The a value is 2. The b value is -1. Oh, well, it says just to type that, so don't put the 1 there. And then h plus, the x minus h is x plus 1. And then the k value is -3. So that looks like our answer. Let me just write it all out so you can see it. Our function is 2 the square root of negative x plus 1 and then -3 on the outside. That looks pretty good. So let me just clean this up a little bit. That'll be a negative in there. So that was number 12. And then on to number 13. For number 13, we have a fractional exponent. So if you'd like to rewrite that as 4 square root of x minus 2, but it's not a square root, it's a fifth root. Remember, if this is the ground and this number below the ground is the root, and then plus 1 equals 9. And you write it like that. And then you want to isolate the radical. So you're going to subtract 1 from both sides. That would be -4. The fifth root of x minus 2 equals 8. And then we'll divide by -4. Divide those out, and that would give us the fifth root of x minus 2 equals -2. And bring that up here. Now to get rid of the fifth root, we're going to raise both sides to the fifth. And that cancels the fifth root, so we get x minus 2 equals -2 times -2 times -2 times, I think that's -32. Add 2 to both sides, so we get -30. That's our potential answer. We just have to check that answer. So if I plug negative 30 in for x here to do the check, I'll do a check over here. That would be negative 4 times negative 32 to the 1/5 plus 1. Does that equal 9? Well, that would be negative 4. The fifth root of negative 32 is negative 2 plus 1. Does that equal 9? 8 plus 1. Does that equal 9? Yes, that's true. So this is not extraneous. Our answer would be x equals negative 30. So you'd type negative 30 in the blank there. Thanks for watching this video. See you next time.